was so negative in my life that it made sense to do it. You know, that's why good enough is dangerous, and also kind of bad is dangerous. Kind of bad might not be enough to change. Good enough might be a safe place so you don't get any better. But sorry.
Same with business. So you go into a escape room for Valentine's Day, and now you're thinking, okay, how does this work? $68, okay, boom, boom. So now you can learn more when you go to this escape room, and maybe you find out something they're doing that's actually really intelligent because you're thinking in this new way, and then you bring it back to NLU and go, hey man, what if we did this?
Next Level Nation, welcome back to another episode of Next Level University, where we help you level up your life, your love, your health, and your wealth. Today, for episode number 1979, I'm all over the freaking place because I got a new laptop, and it very much goes in alignment with what we're talking about today. When one thing changes, everything changes.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Just a laptop?
This
is a MacBook
MacBook
Pro
Pro.
8000.
I don't know what any of that means.
1755. No, I made up those last numbers.
AA on the
It's a
team.
MacBook Pro.
He was like, "Are you getting the M7?" It's like, I don't know. Whatever Alan ordered. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting.
It's the brand new MacBook Pro. It's good. It's a good. It's a
So
good
far, so
machine.
good.
Strong machine.
I've been doing some video editing. I'm trying to figure out if my audio or video sounds or looks any different. That's why we're trying to figure it out. But us over here at NLU, we take messy action.
How old was your old machine?
The old machine I got it in 2018, I think.
Okay, so it was
2019. It was 8 years old,
5,
almost.
6, 7.
7.
Yeah.
7 years old. 6 years old.
So the MacBook Pro that you're using right now is of significant improvement.
Things
Even though
change
right
quickly.
now it doesn't seem that way.
Well, that is what we're talking about today. We have talked about this in the past, and this is a philosophical kind of concept. I'm sure Alan will bring it home with some level of tactic, but this is a good example. The laptop changed. Everything is different. One thing. Now, that's a big change, obviously, and it's not always like that, but I ordered the laptop. The laptop took a couple days to come. In the meantime, I was researching, and I was like, oh, it doesn't have any USB ports. So I have to order 3 micro to USB. Is that even going to work with my camera? Meh. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
That's why.
You think that's why?
Those adapters aren't always good.
So
We'll figure it out.
maybe I need a USB to USB to USB-C.
Yes.
I'll do some research today in the very limited time I have. But I think this is why change is scary. So this is a good thought. Okay. We've used this as an example before, but I don't know if there is a better one. Alan and I have had the opportunity to meet some people in person that are very attractive, and they have a profile online that shows off their attractiveness. I'm not saying they're not attractive in person. They're just not as attractive in person as they are online.
Yeah. It's not close.
Might be the same for me. If you saw the picture I posted in the gym yesterday and you came and looked at me right now, I don't look the same way because I'm not pumped. The lighting's not there. So that's an example. Now, every time I see somebody online, I think to myself, what do they actually look like? That one thing, when that one thing changed, my perception of people changed. Every time I look at somebody, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time I look at somebody, it's completely different. Now that I'm a business owner and I go into establishments, so this episode is dropping for Valentine's Day. Tara and I are going to an escape room. She said, hey, are we doing dinner? What are we doing? I said, I don't want to do dinner. We're going to do dinner Saturday. I don't want to do dinner like everybody else does dinner on Valentine's Day. I want to do something different. So I'm going to surprise you with something. We're going to do an escape room.
Nice.
Why did I bring that up? What was I saying before that?
Oh,
I'm all
as a
disheveled.
business owner, you think
Yes.
about this.
$68 for 2 tickets to this escape room.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately I'm thinking, why $68? Well, it's got to be a pretty big location. I mean, they have like 5 or 6 rooms. So you're looking at probably I don't know, probably $8,000 to $10,000 in rent per month. Like, okay. You can only have so many people in there per time. I mean, there's only so many time blocks throughout the day, and you can book the room. So there's only 2 of us. We have the entire room to ourselves. Sometimes there's 6 people. So 6 people, it's more expensive. So, like, they're doing the math on that. I kind of don't look at anything the same anymore.
Yeah.
I still don't understand how Domino's does $6.99 pizzas. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, obviously, it must cost them, maybe it's $4.99 to make the pizza. They're making $2 per pizza, whatever it is. I don't know. But they have determined somewhere that nobody just orders pizza.
It's significantly lower than that.
Is it?
Yeah, per pizza. But, yeah, where this isn't a business conversation.
Yeah.
But
Let me keep it high level. High level.
I got you.
They
it's
have
hard
determined.
For me.
I know.
I love business, the numbers.
They have determined somewhere along the lines that, well, it's going to increase how often people do it, and nobody just gets a pizza, right? If they get a 2-liter, we're going to get that at full price. If they get this, we're going to get that at full price. It makes sense to do it. So, yeah, now that I'm a business owner, I kind of look at everything differently. One thing changed. Now everything is kind of different. That is what we're talking about today. I'm so pissed off that my camera isn't as good. I am upset, and it's hard for me to do this episode without just researching how to make it better. I need you to know that.
I do know that. I can tell. Been working with Kev for a long time. He doesn't like when the
it's
tech.
So frustrating.
Yeah, we don't like getting worse.
I'm gonna try something real quick. I know you don't want me to do it, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put on one of the things to see if it makes it any better. Can I do it live?
At Next Level University. Ooh, it's even worse.
Is it worse?
Yeah, significantly.
Shit.
It's all good.
I'm gonna leave it.
At Next Level University, we're very big on improvements, improving, getting better. It's really important to us. And getting worse isn't really our thing. But, okay, so I was on with a client recently. We talked about this. There's a quote. I talked to Kev about this yesterday. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Okay. Just like bumper sticker self-improvement, that quote needs to be unpacked. Otherwise, it's just kind of a fun quote that kind of makes sense, but also doesn't. It's like, by the way, I told Emilia the other night, I playfully joked. We were talking about how we've been grinding lately, and she said, I'm so proud of you. You've been absolutely crushing it. I've never seen anyone work the way you do. Thank you so much for all that you do for our family, all that stuff. I was super grateful. And I said, well, you know how I do it. Fall down 7 times, get up 8.
Get up 8.
And she's like, and I said, isn't that the dumbest shit ever? She's like, what do you mean? I said, if you fall down 7 times, you can only get up 7 times. And it was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's nobody. No, now, what if you're already on the ground?
You can
Seriously.
still only get up 7 times.
No. If you were to say you fall down 7 times, get up 8, but you're starting from the ground, you got to get up 1 time to
yeah,
fall
and then fall down 7 more times, and then Kev. Dumb saying.
Imagine if the person who came up with it was already laying on the ground. You didn't think of that, did you?
No, I didn't. Kev's worked on this because he's like, there's no way that saying's not real. The point that I'm making with this is there's a lot of quotes that are inspirational but inaccurate. There's so many. You can do anything you set your mind to. No, you can't. No, you can't. Kev cannot survive being hit by a bus at 80 miles an hour. You could really set your mind to it, and you're going to set your mind to being deaded. So at the end of the day, I understand why these quotes exist, but they're not accurate. So change the way you look at things. The things you look at change. Let me unpack that fully. When you change the way you see a business or the way you see a person, now all of a sudden you go out into the world and you start gathering new data that you didn't have before. And then as you gain that data or feedback, you start to draw conclusions that you never could have drawn before, which changes what you say, think, do, feel, and believe. And then it changes the outcomes that you can create in your life. So a good example of that would be when Kevin was a young lad, a young man, he would assume that every girl online that looked really attractive was actually that attractive in real life. Then he went on a few dates and he realized, oh, okay, so this is different. And it changed what he did. So now you won't be hoodwinked, for lack of better phrasing, and you'll have the right expectations from now on. And again, that's just a silly example, but same with business. So you go into a escape room for Valentine's Day, and now you're thinking, okay, how does this work? $68, okay, boom, boom, boom. So now you can learn more when you go to this escape room, and maybe you find out something they're doing that's actually really intelligent because you're thinking in this new way, and then you bring it back to NLU and go, hey, man, what if we did this?
You want to do an escape
Have we ever
room?
considered this? No.
Hell
The
yeah.
next level escape room. Absolutely not. And again, God, I sound like such a dick when I say things like that. It's like the next level escape room. I wonder if people even know you're joking.
No, I'm
You're
serious.
joking, right?
No, I'm serious as shit.
You're not.
I'm looking to branch out into some other industries.
Your next level escape room.
Next level escape room.
Yeah, that sounds smart. And
the
the only way to
final
get out of
boss-
the room is to improve yourself.
No, you're the final boss. The only way to get out of the room is to do a math equation with you.
is to fight me, to do a math debate with me.
Which one of these
about
isn't real? Fall down 7 times, get up 8. Okay. We'd have to come up with some other ones.
Which one of these isn't real? You can do anything you set your mind to, except for the stuff you can't do.
That is a
Except for the
fact.
impossible stuff.
That is a fact.
Hello, NLU listener. Thank you, as always, for listening to Next Level University. Real quick, I just want to jump in and let you know about the Next Level Dreamliner. This is a journal that I use every single day. Achieve your dreams 90 days at a time. It breaks down your dreams into goals, milestones, and daily habits. We hope you enjoy it. The link will be in the show notes.
Well, I think this is why change is so hard, because we talked about this one time. I don't remember the context, but it was like when you get a new awareness, you can look back in your past and everything is different.
Mm-hmm.
It still happened, but now you can see it from a different way, and that's where regrets come in. If you're getting better, if you're improving, if you're getting, if you're becoming more consistent, if you're more aware, if you're evolving, if you're believing in yourself more, if you're leveling up your self-worth, you might have more regrets if you're looking back on the past.
You will.
I won't say that. See, this is good. This is the debate. Because
Okay.
I think
Talk to me about why.
I do, to a degree. I do to a degree. Not as much as you do. I think you have way more regrets than I do. Not because you made dumber decisions than I, which
But
you
what
did.
if I have more awareness? What if your regret is predicated on your level of awareness?
It's not just awareness. I think it's awareness and care.
Standards.
Yeah.
Care.
Yeah, how much you actually care. I think you care more about you care more that you used to drink a lot than I do because it affected your brain and it affected your potential. I don't think of it that way.
But what if I have higher awareness of my potential than you do of yours, so therefore I regret it more?
I would venture to guess that you also care more about maximizing your potential than I do.
Yeah,
I don't think it's just awareness.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's awareness and, I don't know, what would other than care, what would the word be?
This goes back to the knowledge is not power thing. We're having the same discussion in a different way because I believe that caring comes with awareness. How can you be aware of something and not care?
People know smoking kills. People still smoke every day. They start smoking every day.
But I think they delude themselves into thinking that they're not going to die, or they'll be the exception of, well, my grandma lived to 96 and she smoked every day of her life. That's probably the 1 out of a million.
Maybe. My mom always used to say, I'm going to die one day. Like, okay. You got me there. Logically, you got me. You win.
No.
Well, she quit. She ended up quitting. But
Okay. The debate there would be, well, we all are, but that doesn't mean...
I know smoking weed's not good. I know that. That's why I very, very, very rarely, if ever, smoke now. But
Yeah.
I knew
I'm starting
that.
to come to your end on this. So there are some people who just don't care about being out of shape.
I think here. So this is a good example. If I wanted to, I could never have a drink again in my life. I don't have any dependence on alcohol. I'm a social drinker. If I wanted to, I could just say, okay, I'm done, and I would never drink again.
Well, you can do anything you set your mind to. So.
I could do that.
I know you could.
I could do that.
As someone who's 5 years sober who definitely liked alcohol more than you, I know you could.
Is it worth it? Do I care? Do I think that the current way I'm living is detrimental enough to change. That's it.
Yeah.
Is drinking
And that's based
bad?
on core values. It's based on what you value.
Yeah. Is drinking bad? Yes.
Oh,
There
it's
is-
one of the worst things you can do for
Yeah.
your physiology. I don't think there's much worse that you can do. It's one of the worst.
Well, I would probably, there's probably some hard drugs out there
There's
that give you a run for your money. You
All
talk
right.
about legal?
Yeah.
Like legal acceptable?
Yeah.
This is another one of those alien moments. Like imagine if an alien landed and they're like, what are you drinking? Poison? Why? Makes me feel good. Makes me feel weird. Yeah. Makes shit fun.
Let's get weird.
Let's get weird. You know,
Yeah.
it's if I drink enough of it, I lie down in the bed and the whole fucking bed spins.
the spins.
The
The
spins.
worst. The worst.
But
Terrible.
there are probably some people out there that maybe they have more of a negative relationship. It would probably benefit them more, but they have to come around to that. You and I, we both quit watching porn. There's a reason. For me, it was massive pain, but it was so negative in my life that it made sense to do it. You know, that's why good enough is dangerous, and also kind of bad is dangerous. Like, kind of bad might not be enough to change. Good enough might be a safe place so you don't get any better. Go ahead, sorry.
Well, in the self-improvement space, Kevin and I have a lot of things, obviously, that we think are maybe not optimal. But one of the things that I really adore, one of the famous sayings is, let me not butcher this. Yeah, people that are happy, but they're not happy, but they're not unhappy enough to do anything about it. That's a very scary place. I don't like to stay there long. Have you ever heard the quote? And I know why some of these quotes just sound so stupid. The only way I'm comfortable is if I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's like the people that are comfortable, the people that win in life or succeed in life are the people who are uncomfortable being comfortable. I know why that's a quote, because I don't like being comfortable. I like being challenged. When I'm not being challenged, I know my future is going to be worse. I'm certain. Because you just can't grow. So when I'm not growing, yeah, you should see, if you're on YouTube, Kevin's
The aliens just came. They tried to take me, but I held on tight.
Grab your tinfoil hat.
Right.
So any of our stuff taken out of context would be bad. We don't believe any of that stuff. Or maybe we do. Who knows? Okay, we're moving forward.
I do have to go in 4 minutes, so I'm going to need you to wrap this shit up.
I do know that.
You know what I mean?
I do. All right. Ready, real quick. Alcohol, weed, aliens.
That's all you need to live.
That's all you need.
That's all you need to live a
rooms,
successful
business.
life.
When you change one thing, everything changes. When you get one new awareness, it's like okay, my therapist, Carol, I know your camera's freaking out.
No, I was just freaking out in general.
My therapist, Carol, said when you go to the eye doctors, all of a sudden, click, click, click. Oh, now I can see clearly. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. No, but I can see clearly now. Okay, so now I see the world differently. I see myself differently. I see others differently. Now I'm going to make new decisions based on that. And so when you change one thing, everything else changes. This is why growth is so fucking painful. Seriously. Growth is painful. Here's why. Kevin gets a new computer, and it's an opportunity for everything to be better, and everything just got worse. That is what it takes to get better.
Unfortunately.
It's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. The key is to make sure the ups are higher than the downs. The peaks are higher than the troughs. And the trend line needs to be up. So you just had one step back for hopefully 5 steps forward. We'll fucking see.
Time will tell. Last thing before we get out of here, because we both have meetings right after this. I think of it like a puzzle. You imagine you had a puzzle, and you did it all, and you put all the pieces, and then you found an extra piece. It's like, interesting. So this puzzle, everything about this puzzle is different than I thought. I'm missing pieces. Now I have extra pieces. Everything's different.
Nice.
Now you put that piece somewhere, and then you have a the ability to build on that. I think awareness is the same thing. You only know what you can see of the puzzle, and you can only see of the puzzle how aware you are. That's why they give you an outline of what the finished puzzle is supposed to look like.
Well, you remember when you first interviewed me, I used to have that metaphor of if you can see imagine two people doing a puzzle. I know we got to go. Two people doing a puzzle. One of them can see the cover, the vision, and one of them can't. Who's going to put the pieces together quicker? Who's going to be more effective? It's the person who has a vision that's going to be able to make the border and all that, whereas the other person's just winging it, throwing pieces together, and it's going to be a shit show.
You haven't used that one in a minute. It's been
I know.
a long time. Long time since you used that. All right. Abrupt ending. We got to get out of here. Next Level Live, April 5th, 2025. The website is almost done. The landing page will be fully done soon. Shout out to the team for working so hard on that behind the scenes. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. Grateful for each and every one of you. At NLU, we do not have fans. We have family. We will talk to you all tomorrow.
Keep it next level. Next Level Nation.